start opening doors.
Hey, this is Wargamer Sean. I'm here to bring you the next white dwarf, and it's got the Harlequins in it. And I'm glad that one thing I was right about that some were saying they wouldn't is they are getting a actual Harlequin Codex. So Codex Harlequins, it's his own Codex, and you can also get the Troopmaster Edition, and you can also get a painting guide, Warriors of the Laughing God, and then you can pre-order the Star Weaver Board Weaver. It'll be on the 20th. So lots of things coming. One thing that you will notice is, if I can actually hold this right, is there's a lot about the Harlequins in here and the Void Weaver, and a lot of stuff there. But there's also Harlequin dice, awesome, and they're getting cards and psychic powers. Now you can see this one, the Dance of Shadows, is a blessing that affects a single unit that gives them stealth and shrouded, so they're going to get that rule back from like 6th edition that they kind of took away again, so that's cool. And there's going to be more psychic powers, and they kind of talk about, like, there's different troops. There's a Troop of Light, Troop of Twilight, and Troop of Dark, and then they have the organization, and they have a force organization chart, and so it's compulsory 3 troops, 2 fast attack, and 1 heavy support choice, and then 2 elites. Sorry, up to 7 elites, sorry. So there's no HQ here. So my guess is, and it does kind of say here too, that the excuse me, the Death Jesters and the Shadow Seas are going to be elite choices, and you can only have 1 solitaire. The fast attack slots either have to be bikes or they can be the new transports, because they're fast attack as well. So fast attack Star Weaver, it is 6 transport capacity. I was kind of hoping for a 12, but you know, with it being small like that, I kind of figured it was going to be about like a Venom. It's 4, 10, 10, 10, and 2 hull points. It's an open top transport fast skimmer, and it has 2 shuriken cannons, holo field, so it's got a 5-up invuln just like a Venom, and a mirage launcher, so once per game you get a 4-up invulnerable, and then 6 travel capacity, and it causes fear. Why a vehicle causes fear, I don't know, but it does. And then we get to our heavy support choice, which is the Void Weaver, and that is oh sorry, the last one was 70 points, this one's 75 points. And this one comes with 2 shuriken cannons, 1 facing a rear arc, and it can fire at a different target, but it's a rear arc only, and then a haywire cannon. But for 5 points you can trade it out for the prismatic cannon, and you can have up to 2 additional Void Weavers, so you can have a squadron of 3, and you can only, as you saw before, you can only take 1 heavy support choice, so if you wanted 3 Void Weavers you gotta take them as a squadron. Now, if you do the haywire cannon, it's the same as the bike. It's 24-inch range, strength 4, AP 4, heavy 1 blast haywire. But if you take the prismatic cannon, which is kind of harkens to the prism cannons from the Shadow Specters from the Imperial Armor book, you can fire it 3 different ways. They're all 24-inch range, which everything is short range in Harlequins, it seems. You can take a heavy 1 large blast, strength 3 AP 4, or strength 5 AP 3 heavy 1 blast, or a lance, which is only strength 7 AP 2. It also kind of does talk about choosing your warlord, and it recommends that you choose a Troopmaster because he has access to all the warlord traits. And apparently there's going to be 3 different categories for warlord traits. There's going to be light, dark, and twilight. And it looks like the Death Jesters and Shadow Seals Shadow Seers will have a limited selection. And then of course the Solitaire, which we already knew didn't get to have a warlord trait. So things coming soon. You know, one of my first thoughts Sorry, I've got a mess of like metal Harlequins here. But I should have the painted ones showing you guys, so I'll focus on my my solitaire. I was initially upset with the 70-point cost for the vehicle, but honestly, when I was talking about it with somebody who kind of calmed me down, thankfully, he was like, you know, the Venom, which is a 5 transport capacity, is 55 points, and then it's 10 points for the splinter cannon, which everybody takes, so you have 12 shots. So that's 65 points with a 5-up invuln. This is 70 points for a 5-up invuln. So for 5 points more, you get the once per game, you know, 4-up invuln instead of jinking, which is nice. And then you get the shuriken cannons instead of the, you know, the splinter cannons. Now, the difference being is that the splinter cannons are poison, and the shuriken cannons may hurt things that aren't, you know, a wound or you know, infantry or monstrous creature. They have pros and cons to both. The shuriken cannon, I think, is fine. It's a little bit shorter range, which is kind of everything that Harlequins have. It's shorter ranged. So I'm not that upset about it. The only thing that is hard is that it looks like you're limited to 3 troops. Well, if they can only be squads of 6 to fit in, you know, the Star Weaver, then you're limiting your troops options. Plus, that being said, you have to take a minimum of 5. So that means if you do take a Death Jester or Shadow Seer, they're not going to be riding along with them, or one of them will, but the other one won't. Now, I suppose potentially you could take a fast attack slot that took another Star Weaver, and the Death Jesters and the Shadow Seers rode along in there, but that'd be an expensive carrier, and it would be high target priority too, because if anyone was smart, they'd go after the Shadow Seers. So I don't know, we'll see once the Codex comes out how good everything is. I'm excited, and then I'll certainly play it no matter what, but I'm hoping there's some other detachments in there that can make it a little better, just because it seems kind of limited. You can take the designated transport and still run 12 dudes, so you could have the transport and not run them in there. But, you know, it's a little bit risky for them, although with a Shadow Seer will help give them cover potentially across the board. So we'll see, you know, we'll see once we get the psychic powers, and once we get the warlord traits, once we also get the war gear items, because we still don't know what those are or what upgrades they can take. Maybe there's some cool upgrades. Hopefully there's webway portals, because they're more masters of the webway than Dark Elder are, so it makes sense. But I just wanted to get this out there for you guys to peruse, and I guess we'll know next week. This is Wargamer Sean signing off.
Goodbye. 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 Bye-bye. Goodbye. See ya. Bye for now. Bye for now. Goodbye. I like bottoms.